Hey everybody, welcome back to Quality Time. So, news this past week is relatively minor. I apparently came down with the flu for about a day or two. Not nearly as bad as the last time that I had the flu, which rendered both me and Fuzz basically insensate for about a week. I got over it in I got over the worst of it, I want to say, in about a day or so. Wasn't really that much of a hassle, honestly, just made me feel like death. Unfortunately, although Fuzz was most likely the person that gave me the flu, Fuzz is only just now experiencing it for themselves. So, yeah, they're feeling it a lot worse than I am. My family are basically built like tanks, so it takes a fair bit to knock us over. But, Fuzz less so. So, they'll be better in a day or two, I'm sure. But, yeah, so, hugs for Fuzz. We are unfortunately on quarantine, as it were. And other than that, I would be remiss if I did not mention that Desert Bus for 2017, this is Desert Bus for Hope, which is a marathon game of one of the worst games ever made for charity, which is Child's Play charity. They provide games and toys to kids in hospitals and whatnot. It begins on November the 17th at 6 PM GMT. I believe it's 10 AM PST for their side of things. And you can find that at desertbusforhope.org. Or is it desertbus.org? Either way, it's gonna be down, beneath my head, no doubt, so check it out, it's awesome. And with that, on to the schedule. Streams for this week begin on Thursday night at 11 PM GMT with Midnight, where we're starting XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Then on Saturday at 9 PM GMT, we're back into the coaster. We have 2 more placement matches left, and it's looking quite hopeful that we might actually start the season in gold. And then lastly, on Tuesday at 9 PM GMT, we're back with more Yogdwarves Live. And videos you might have missed this week. We actually have an episode of Dungeon Maker, where we finally return to the Tomb of Tukar, with a build time-lapse of the worker settlement of Ashelon. And then we have a short new series of Madhouse Riot, where the World of Madness denizens are released into the wild to see who will come out on top in the popular competitive format of Who Doesn't Die the Longest. New episodes every 3 days. And we also have an episode of Edgington, endeavours to expand the variety of my wardrobe away from the standard man-ears rectangle model, have me butting up against some standards of my local area. And lastly for this week, we have, of course, more Factorio with Strife, where me and Strife trade some stories about alarm clocks, unruly neighbours, and a new housing trend. New episodes Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And on to the questions. So as always, these are drawn from the comments section of the preceding video. If you have anything to ask, drop it down in the comments section below, and we'll see if it gets answered in the next vlog. So our one and only question this week comes from Chronicler Wolfram, who asks, where does Timothy get his magical powers? And Timothy, if you don't recall, was created in the Take-It mod pack, and is a hybrid of a zombie pigman and a robot. Well, a computer-crafted turtle, to be exact. And displays many kind of magical abilities that don't quite necessarily match with both of those. Although you could argue that the zombie pigman, half of him is probably necromantically aligned, but either way. The actual, source for Timothy's magical powers and such is a Klein star that is part of his physical makeup and keeps a number of parts of him running, provides electrical charge to run his cybernetic components, provides various organic compounds and such for keeping the zombie pigman half running, and basically, if he plugs that through a few alchemical processes internally, he can create quite a few different magical effects. So, yeah. And that's it for this week, so hope you've all enjoyed, and as always, I'll catch you all next time.